protests continue to mount. Now, nearly 70 Democrat lawmakers refuse to attend the inauguration. A boycott even other Democrats, including California's Representative Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff is criticizing it as the wrong time and place, the wrong battleground. Still, no softening of the angry politics that ripped the country apart in this election and has kept D.C. in gridlock. Have they forgotten the words of our 40th president, Ronald Reagan, on his inauguration day in 1981? Here's the quote. "In the eyes of many in the world, this every four-year ceremony we accept as normal is nothing less than a miracle." Joining me now is former Florida Congressman Col Allan West. Colonel, come into this. Isn't this about celebrating the strength of our democracy and each other? So my question to you is, will this Democrat boycott hurt or help these lawmakers?
Well, I think that it will end up hurting the Democrats, Liz. It's good to be with you, especially as we move forward. What the Democrats that are refusing to go to the inauguration are saying is that they're turning their back on our constitutional republic. They're saying that they don't respect the will of the people and our representative democracy, and their political party and their ideological agenda is more important. If 70 Republicans had said we're not attending the inauguration of Barack Obama back in 2008 because we just don't like him, he hadn't even come into office, there would have been an incredible uproar even to this point. But what you have to understand is that if the American people start to see the economic growth policies that will hit their pockets, when they start to feel that they are safe and secure again, if the Democrats continue to stand as obstructionists to this, they will pay a huge price in the midterm elections of 2018.
Colonel, isn't there a flip side for the Democrats here, too? Shouldn't they just show up? Shouldn't they show up just to show that they are ready to fight for what they believe in?
Well, they think that in not showing up is the way that they show that they are fighting. But, you know, it comes to the question, Liz, what are they fighting for? Are they fighting for America, or are they just fighting for their own partisan ideological agenda? And what happened in the election of November 2016, as you say, the forgotten man and woman, they voted for the person that they believe is going to fight for them. And the Democratic Party does not stand for a party that will fight for the American dream, the American vision of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Instead, they want to fight for an agenda that tries to guarantee happiness to people.
You know, now we had a number of cabinet nominee hearings today. Rick Perry and Steve Mnuchin as Treasury Secretary. But with Rick Perry as Energy Secretary, there's yet another media backlash, this time against the New York Times, facing harsh criticism, Colonel, after admitting it only had one source for a negative report about Governor Rick Perry. Basically, this one source was quoted as that Rick Perry initially misunderstood what the job of Energy Secretary even was, and I think that source is dialing back on that quote. So one source quoting going on. I mean, is this media bias going to continue throughout Trump's presidency? What do you think?
Well, of course it's going to continue because they did not get the memo. And when you read about the story of what happened with former governor of Texas, Rick Perry, and the Department of Energy nominee, you will find that the person that they supposedly used as their source, he was not even part of the transition team when Governor Perry received the nomination from the president-elect. And furthermore, there's a quote from Governor Perry that clearly outlines that he understands the duties and scopes and responsibilities of being the Secretary of Energy. So you're going to continue to see a media that is losing credibility, losing their validity. We've seen that with CNN, BuzzFeed, now the New York Times, and there are going to be others because their intention is to try to undermine this incoming administration, not to allow it to have the opportunity to succeed.
Thank you, Colonel Allan West. We appreciate you, and we appreciate your service to our country. Thanks again, Colonel.